Hey, what's going on, all you ghouls and ghosts out there? My name is Mike Macabre, and welcome to the graveyard. As always, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, comment, share the video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more of my reaction videos, Friday Night Frights, mouthing off with Mike Macabre, or whatever else I'm doing on this channel. But on tonight's episode, we have another reviews and reactions. But this one's going to be a little different. Apparently, it's a smaller, not music video, documentary about love, and it's called Just a Guy. Link to original video will be down in the description box for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. And this request comes to us by Sandra Lynn Rosenden. Thank you for that lovely request. As always, going into this blind with my comments. If I recognize this, I'll definitely let everybody know. I'm going to be as transparent as possible. But no more going around. Let's check it out. All right, ghouls and ghosts. Documentary of Just a Guy.
Oh yeah, he's tall, very high cheekbones, big eyes, and he just seemed like somebody that I found attractive.
He has these high cheekbones and dark hair and full lips. I just found this very beautiful.
I used to like roller coasters and dirt bike motorcycles. What gets you excited? Tell me about your childhood.
He had the bad guy syndrome, you know.
Police in Los Angeles believe they have their man. Police believe Ramirez is the walk-in killer, or so-called
Night Stalker. He's the sadistic killer wanted for a series of murders and rapes.
Was not
who has
expecting
terrorized
this.
California, committing at least
16 murders and more than a dozen rapes throughout California in the last 7 months.
Very excited for this.
Yeah, it wasn't a letter. It was like 31 letters. Because I kept writing him before I had the address. My friend got the address and I sent all those letters. And he sent me that many letters back.
Wow.
I wanted to tell people, but nobody really cared. He was the only one I was talking to, and I was the only one he was talking to, so yeah, there's a lot of time. You know, when you're not able to touch somebody, but you do get things from them, you'll smell them, you'll like look really close, you know, and it literally has them on it. His letters always smell a certain way. First time he called me, that was early in the morning, and he starts singing the song, "Wake up, little Eva, wake up." Like, oh my gosh, is this Richard Ramirez singing this goofy song to me? And he sounded exactly what I thought he sounded like an accent, like Mexican accent, deep voice, you know.
About it, but I heard he killed a woman and pulled out her eye and had sex with her eye socket.
Oh, Richard, I'll do anything. Here, look, you know, and whatever. I didn't want to be those girls that are all grouping around him and stuff. So I told him, you know, just for me, can you just wave at the camera? And sure enough, that night on the news, he turned to the camera and he smiled and waved at me. I was like, yes. And that was really cool. I was the only one that got to visit him that year. We were both nervous. I mean, it wasn't just me nervous, he was nervous too. We were both nervous.
Man, this is creepy.
Oh my God, this guy is way bigger than you see in pictures or in videos. You're just like, dang, big bones, you know? And it's like, oh my God, there you are, eh? My sweet feline, how I lived this long without you. Soon, my sweet pet, our hands will touch the cold glass in the visiting room and will whisper soft whisperings of amour. Ha ha! Oh my God, okay. That's his way of snapping out of like, oh no, I'm not gonna be so soft. Ha ha! Sorry. He's whipped it out a few times, and I'm just like, dude, whatever. Don't you dare leave. I'm like, yeah, you make me. Make me not leave. What are you gonna do? Nothing. Yeah, he was trying to be a sugar daddy, I guess. Doesn't he need money in there? You know, but I think he was getting enough from people. He had a lot of fans. Is one time they had to wait longer because Sean Penn got arrested for beating up somebody. And I was like, wow, I think that was Madonna right there. She was. I remember they would tease me, the cops. Like 5 of them came up to me and they started doing air guitar and going, breaking the law, breaking the lock. Because Richard liked Judas Priest. Are you serious, you guys? So they started getting a little more friendlier. We thought maybe eventually he'll let us touch each other's hand or something, or, you know. And I asked the guard, you know, can I give him this? Can I physically give it to him through the window? You know, and he touched the magazine I did, and I was like, well.
I really enjoyed when he told me how I have to take the pictures and how I have to pose. I really got a thrill from that too. If you are into this SMN stuff, you always have the problem that it's just a guy playing to be a raper or something like that. And Richard, I knew he was real. We were just friends, maybe with some sexual benefits for each other. He has a fetish for feet and for Asian girls. I thought it would be sexy if we would do it together, because then it's like double fun for him.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, everyone is kind of supporting children or animals and stuff like that, but not so many people are like supporting death row inmates.
Shoko, hi. Nice to meet you. You are very pretty and you have cute feet. Please send more pictures. I like the trees from your country called Bonsai. Have you been to the roller coaster at Mount Fuji? Which are some of your best memories? If I don't hear from you, I understand. Thanks again for the pictures. Your friend, Richard.
He did eventually ask me to marry him, but I mean, I felt like I don't compete. I might have done it if he wouldn't have opened his visitations, you know, but no. But then I really thought it out and realized, you know, this is all he's got. Let him have all these girls come and visit him. This is all he's got. He goes back in his cell and has nothing. And I think he knew that was going to be the last time I visited him.
Just disease?
Sometimes I wish I had written him back. And I was thinking about it, but I was too scared.
But he's in jail. He couldn't.
Really, right? I mean, he's not going to get out.
Yeah, but he could know someone else too.
Okay, that thought came to me too.
I don't even remember that one. You hurt me. Me, the black cat, is coming over. You didn't visit today. Where did we go wrong? Oh my God. Eva, just thinking of all your excuses for not coming. You're sick. Oh, my car broke down. I couldn't find anyone to take me. I had a headache. I never had a headache. Yeah, right.
A guy calls his employer to tell him he won't be coming into work, that he's sick. When the employer asks, "How sick are you?" he answered, "I'm in bed screwing my sister."
Sounds like Richard.
In 1996, he married Doreen. I think she was totally obsessed with him.
I heard from a girl from Instagram, and somebody told her that Doreen sold his ashes to earn money,
Jesus.
and she got plastic surgery from that money. Yeah, so you were the first who visited him, and you were the beginning of it all. So can you imagine that you started this kind of hype?
He's just a human. He's no god or anything. He's a guy that went on the wrong track, did bad things, and ended his life by being in prison. He's just Richard.
Who are you? Just a guy. Just a guy.
Jesus. Okay, so I assume Shoko is the one who did all this then. Okay. $2020. Oh Lord. There's a lot to digest here. See the review section. All right, ghouls and ghosts. That was Just a Guy documentary. Linked original video will be down in the description box for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. And this request comes to us from Sandra Lynn Rosenden. Thank you for that lovely, lovely request. I mean, where to even begin with this one? Okay, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this, I love the music. I love the creepiness. It was almost ASMR. I do with what they call it, with the like kind of like squishy squelches and that sort of thing. Very eerie, very ominous. What do they call it? Very surreal. I love the claymation. I've always loved claymation. But beyond all that, yes, he is just a guy, but he is very infamous. And I don't know what it is about certain women that kind of gravitate towards that infamy and, you know, the fact that he's murdered people, specifically women. The same happened with Ted Bundy. You know, that I forget who he married, but they were having a relationship in jail and out of jail, and proposed to her during one of his murder trials. And it's just like, what are these women like looking for? I can understand the mystique of, you know, the interesting nature of, you know, him being in jail or those people being in jail, but like, he's murdered women. He would murder you too if he had the chance. Like, and I know that's like, ooh, exciting, but like, I don't know. I just don't get it. And honestly, it reminds me of a bit from Bill Hicks. I'll.
No, but you know, it's hard to have a relationship in this business, man. You're always traveling, keeping weird hours, you know. It's going to take a very special woman, you know, or a bunch of average ones. Which, I mean, I'm saying that either way. But anyway, I'm reading this article in the paper a few years ago about Ted Bundy. Now, this is absolutely... Listen, they're still cheering for... Woo! I think you're thinking of a different Ted Bundy here. Not the shoe salesman on the TV show. This is... I don't know what the other connection... Well, the guy I'm talking about used a shoehorn once, but I won't tell you what for, because... But anyway... Ted Bundy, the mass murderer, is who I'm referring to. If you're going to pick a hero, you know, do your research. Now, but anyway, this is absolutely true. If anyone can verify this, it'll help, because it's going to sound absolutely far-fetched. But I read an article in the paper. Ted Bundy's on trial in Florida. On trial with 24 women the guy killed. I don't know. 24 women. He's on trial. The paper says the courtroom is filled with women trying to meet him and give him love letters and wedding fucking proposals. Does anyone remember reading this fucking article? That's enough to continue the bet. Now, if no one had applauded, I'd still be doing it. How? We don't know. You have to rationalize on your feet. All I know is I got a script and I'm heading towards the ending. I will not be stopped. Courtroom filled with women trying to meet Ted Bundy, give him love letters and wedding proposals. This is what the article says. And I'm sorry to say the first thing I thought when I read that was, and I'm not getting laid. What am I doing wrong? You know, a natural question. So I read another article in the paper. Woman is suing the state of Wisconsin. Why would anyone sue the state of Wisconsin? Well, here's one. She married a fella on death row. Why is he on death row? He killed 8 women. She married him. There's more. He has AIDS. Let's up the ante of the story. You wanna? Who wants to still play with my story now? Because I'm upping the ante. He is on death row for killing 8 women. He has AIDS. She married him and is suing the state for the rights of conjugal visits. Now, I'm sorry to say the first thing that crossed my mind when I read that was, man, I'm not getting laid. Hey, what exactly are you ladies looking for here? These guys must have been heavy on the sense of humor thing you seem to love so much in your little ladies' polls. Ted Bundy, that old whip. He's hilarious. Some of the things Ted would do, he kills me. Oh, what a sense of humor he had. I overlooked the mass murder thing because he kept me in stitches.
So yeah, it's a strange thing. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't think I'll ever get it. But if you have any feelings or thoughts about that, let me know in the comments section. The 6 feet under, I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm sure that Richard Ramirez absolutely lavished in that sort of, I'm in control. I got these people at my fingertips. If they only knew, let me, manipulate. Like, to me, it's pure sociopathy or, a psychopath as well. But they reworded it to something I can't remember. Anti-personality disorder or something like that. Antisocial personality disorder, something like that. I gotta brush up on my psychology here. I do apologize, but yeah, it's just being at the center of attention, not caring how you treat others, or the feelings that they have, etc., etc., and how some women could flock to that is beyond me. I'm glad that, I think her name was Eva, kind of, when she saw he was doing that with other people, other women. Just quite nuts. I mean, I just was absolutely flabbergasted by this whole thing. Because I'm familiar with Richard Ramirez. As many people know, I love serial killers and the stories and the A&E biographies. There's something about it that I find interesting. So, I mean, I guess it's hard for me to, I wouldn't say, because I'm not bashing anybody, but it's just, I find it weird. That's all. Take that for what it is, just my personal opinion. I'm not here to say, oh, she was a bad person because she's attracted to somebody who kills women. No, I understand, there's a lot of different kinks, a lot of different reasons why people are attracted. I'm not attacking these women personally. I just happen to find it weird, or I wouldn't say I'm not even unsettled by it. It's just, it doesn't make sense, as I said many times already, beating that dead horse, why they would. But again, I'm not into that sort of thing, so it's just, why do people like what they like? History, your environment, the environment in which you grew up in, the society in which you grew up in, etc., etc. Because I know that German lady, she's again married to somebody on death row. So I mean, more power to you, as long as it's not hurting anybody or anything like that. You know, Godspeed. Okay, so this one was kind of hard to rank. Still kind of having a hard time deciding what I should rank this. I mean, okay, so maybe like, no, not a live performance. How would I rate a movie? Pacing, the visuals, music, the desired effect, I guess, cinematography, I guess. So let's kind of run down this real quick. Absolutely love the music. It was very fitting. I love the claymation. I love the surrealism. It was creepy, fit the tone. It was flabbergasting. It opened my mind to this whole thing. And I mean, while I was kind of familiar with it, I'd never seen like the aftermath of it or the stuff leading up to it. And it was, I guess I will say I'm aware of it in a very cursory way. And as a documentary, it's, here to open your eyes and have you learn something new, and that definitely succeeded. So, taking all those into account, I am going to give this 4.5 skulls out of 5. Absolutely happy with that score for all the reasons I just stated. And I think that's going to be it for this episode of Reviews and Reactions. As always, if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, comment, share the video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more of my reaction videos, Friday Night Frights, Mouthing Off with Mike Macabre, or whatever else I'm doing on this channel. As always, ghouls, ghosts, stay scared.